Hello.
Is it Praveen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So good evening, everyone. We've got 7 more minutes for the scheduled start time of this webinar. I welcome you all to this series of webinar that we conduct on specialty agricultural areas. And I'd request you to please wait until we have given the sufficient time, like for the official start of the session rather, and we'll start on time. Till then, I'll go on mute and we will come online in 7 minutes from now. Thank you. Good morning and good evening, all. Let's give 2 more minutes for others to join. So this is one of those series of those webinars that Mythree Solution has been conducting in the last few weeks. So we have Praveen today to take us through the mushroom cultivation, and let's give a couple more minutes for friends to join. All right. Once again, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the session and welcome to the webinar on mushroom cultivation. So before we get into the agenda for the day, I would like to just have a small introduction about Mythree Solution, and we'll also talk about our speaker today, and we'll also touch base upon what is that you can expect in the coming weeks as part of our series of webinars and podcasts that we have arranged to enhance our learning experience and understanding in agriculture. So Mythree Solution, Praveen, are you moving the slides? You have any subsequent slides? Praveen, you are able to hear me?
Yes, sir. I have only this much. Then we are starting this one only.
Okay, we just have this slide, and then we're getting into the actual webinar, right? Okay, fine. So, okay, thank you. Okay, no problem. So let me give me 2 minutes so that I can just run our friends about what Mythree Solution is and what is our goal and objective of as a company. So Mythree Solution basically works out in delivering agriculture consulting in the space of traditional agriculture, precision farming, advanced agriculture practices, and hydroponics, aquaponics, and things of that sort. We also have our own spawn. We are bringing up our own spawn protection facility. We also have our own tissue culture facility, as well as we do a lot of exclusive hands-on training in uh, productive cultivation, which includes a curriculum which includes a 7-day course with hands-on experience on how a polyhouse cultivation needs to happen or a net house cultivation need to happen and tunnel cultivation. So we basically work extensively with our growers. When I say extensively with the growers range from people who have been right after the academics, they just completed their academics and wanted to just understand more about what is happening in the ground reality. So we have people who are like that who just come out of the college. We do have serious growers who wants to uh, make use of these technologies and techniques that are available in the industry and bring in a good agripreneurship or work out a revenue generation model using the tools and techniques that have been available in the market. So we handhold, we do one-to-one consulting with growers who wanted our support in growing or cultivating on this protected environment. Mythree Solution also works extensively with some of our global partners like Evonica GmbH. We also work with Haifa from Israel on the nutrition part. We we work a lot with Barracks India, PCI for the pheromone or the integrated pest management aspects. And we also work with Tuflex and AgriPlus for our protected cultivation infrastructure equipment and things of that sort. So in short, we basically, or in short, Mythree Solution is not just a company which provides consulting, but we are also a one-stop shop for all input requirements. And we also have a farm unit which uh, takes back the produce from our growers and brand them to the market. So that is a small brief about it. As an organization, we are a very small organization. We are a startup, I would say. Technically, we're just 3 years old in this industry. Sorry, this market, and we've got a team. We got a team of agri consulting associates. We have a team on sales and marketing. We have a team on research and development. We have a team on innovation through technology. We call it that as Grow It. Grow It is our a specific business line which works on automation and bringing in technology to the world of cultivation. So we'll work extensively in bringing in artificial intelligence and robotic process automation to agriculture. And we have a dedicated team working on the technology part of the cultivation. We also have people who understand the market. We have market research experts, and we also have retail experts who touch base and who basically give solutions to farmers and solutions to individuals basically on what they are cultivating and what they require. So that's about us. One more small piece of information that I wanted to share as part of our agenda is I'm very thankful for all of you to subscribe to our program, and we have kept a small fee for to make sure that we have a very focused crowd. Now, what we are also going to do, which I will disclose at the end of the session, is we're going to provide you a bundle of some free gifts, which could range from discounts for purchase of your farm input materials or seeds or anything, or it would also be a discounted voucher or a free voucher for getting enrolled to our subsidiary programs, which are more going to be more on which are going to be more on specialized areas. So whatever we conduct as part of these free webinar series and a very token cost webinar series are more from uh, finding out like-minded people who work in this environment. And so we wanted to kind of create a society. And our idea or the motto of Mythree Solution is to bring all people who are interested on such areas and then work under an umbrella as a society, as a closed group, so that we can share and learn and grow together. So wait for what is there in the store. You can watch for your email, and we will share you what is that you have received as the free gift as part of subscribing to our program. You'd also receive a certificate in a couple of days' time. And we also have run an abstract and poster competition. The people who have successfully completed or won it would get their due share of these pieces. All right, so that I'm not taking much time. I'm not stealing time from Praveen. So I'll hand over this to Praveen, and Praveen will walk you through the basics of cultivation or mushroom cultivation. Praveen, by the way, is an experienced cultivator too. He has done extensive cultivation on oyster mushroom, button mushroom, and and milky mushroom. He's also done cultivations on medicinal mushrooms, and he's also leading certain initiatives where we're trying to develop stands for certain rare varieties like the Malaysian mushroom, pink mushrooms, and things of that sort. So Praveen would walk you through the next 40 minutes to uh, on this program of mushroom cultivation. Thank you, and over to you, Praveen.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So good evening, all of you. My name is Praveen. I am working as an agronomist in Mythree Solutions. So just we go for the today's webinar. That is very interesting topic: low income, high revenue mushroom measures. So we are following that topics like introduction and the objective of mushroom cultivation, types of mushrooms, world scenario and the present scenario of mushroom cultivation, benefits of mushrooms, life cycle of mushroom, and the key steps of mushroom production that includes spawn, compost, and cropping, and our PLEURO grow kit, and disease pest management of mushroom cultivation and other potential mushrooms, and what's the nature of the mushroom and the value added products of mushroom and the mushroom marketing. So as we know that the mushrooms that belong to the kingdom of fungi, and we can say that before going to the detail about the mushroom, we have to understand that what is the structure of or the morphological feature of mushroom. Then only we have to, if coming to the slides, we have to understand more about the mushroom and how to cultivate the mushroom very effectively without giving the more amount of income for that investment during the initial stages. So if you are looking for the mushroom structure, so we have a mushroom, we can say that it is a cap-like or the umbrella-like structure. So in that umbrella-like structure, there is a horizontal line under the beneath of the cap, so that we can call as gills. And the stem or the stem of the mushroom we can call as stalk or the stipe. And the last portion, we have to say that vulva, that is a structure or the roots where which the mushrooms are growing from the soil or any other parts of the plants like wood or any decayed matter like etc. So we have to go that we know that it is why we have to adopt mushroom, because it is a very as we are the employee or the unemployed, we can cultivate the mushroom as a part of our life. It will give our high revenue for our income and savings in lifespan. So in primitive area or primitive era, they have said that mushrooms are the food functional because they have the properties of medicinal and the aromatic properties. And one of the main important feature of mushroom is it is a lignocellulotic, means lignin plus cellulose, means plant plus fungus that grow naturally in the temperate and the tropical forest, on dead decaying wood logs, or sometimes on drying trunks of deciduous or coniferous trees. So if you are going for what are the objectives of mushroom cultivation, first the main objective is we are to self-employment is the main objective of mushroom cultivation. And the second one is the spawn production, and next one the better yield and quality, and the yield throughout the year. In every season we have grow and different types of mushroom. Like this season we have to go for the milky, and next season we can go for the oyster, and so on. So there are different types of mushroom available in our nature, like paddy mushrooms, oyster, button, milky, shiitake, ganoderma, etc. And the structure and the morphological feature of mushroom is changed according to the size and the shape. If you are taking the example of white button mushroom, it is like a cup-like structure, and the outer covering is thick compared to oyster. Then if you are going for the world scenario of mushroom production, we have the huge increase in the production of mushroom because there is a investment is low. Investment of the mushroom cultivation is very low. We can grow as a if we having a decomposed matter of anything or any raw material like a wheat straw or a paddy straw, anything we have, or otherwise dried leaf, even we can use a dry leaf, or even we can use as a weed for as a substrate for preparation of mushrooms. So we can see if you are going for the world scenario, there is a huge increases from 1916 to 2010, approximately 30 to 40% increase. We can show that. And if you are going for the present scenario, there is a huge increasing up to 2010, 20 kilogram of bar 100 kg of compost. Means in this COVID situation, most of them are practiced and focusing on the mushroom areas, because there is a huge revenue from this area. Because if you are understanding how to it will product or how to it will process in an easy way, if you are understanding, means we will get the maximum yield in the limited period of time. So if you are moving to the benefits of mushroom, as you know, mushrooms are first of all, we can say that mushrooms are very rich in vitamin D. So vitamin D is very essential for our bones, and it will increase our bone strength and also our muscle contraction and all, etc. So, and there is if you have a diabetic patient, any patient is like old age 65 years or above 50 years, it is a beneficial food for as a part of our lifespan, because it provides with a lean protein, as they have zero cholesterol, zero fat, and very low carbohydrates. And the fiber and the certain enzyme in them also help lower cholesterol level. Moreover, the high lean protein content in the mushroom helps in burning cholesterol when they are digested. And if you are going for the next point, that fiber. In mushroom, we can say that 14% of fiber content is present. So it will enhance our catabolic and anabolic reaction in our digestion process, and also it helps the respiration process. The main feature of mushroom is that it will prevent breast cancer and the prostate cancer. Means they have the particular elements or the substance like beta glucan and the conjugated linoleic acid. These are the anti-cancerogenic effects. So mushroom have these type of properties, and the linoleic acid present in the mushroom helpful in the suppressing effect of estrogen, because as we know that estrogen is the prime reason for breast cancer. So it is a suppressing agent. Linoleic acid present in the mushroom is a suppressing agent for this breast cancer. And also there is a presence of other component, beta glucan. It inhibits growth of cancerous cell, because that cancerous cell, it will develop within the second, it will develop thousands of cells. So it inhibits the growth of cancerous cells. And also one of the main important components present in the mushroom is selenium, because in the selenium is very effective in inhibiting cancerous cells. So these are the properties we have to go for the benefits of mushroom cultivation. And there is a presence of nutrients like iron, that benefits in the anemia diseases, and potassium present in the mushroom, that also helpful in the lowering the blood pressure in the body, and also copper that resist against bacterial agents. Then one of the main property of mushroom is they have the capacity to immunity. They have provide our immunity powers to the body. Like they having some of the good combination of vitamin A, B complex, C, and etc. So that help in heal our other ulcer wound and other protector from the infection. Then if you're going for next. And if you're going for the life cycle of mushroom, I already told you that there is a presence of horizontal lines, we can call that the gills. That in that gills, there is a presence of spores. It will appear as black or brownish in color. So the spores will move in the presence of wind or any other natural ways. It will move to the soil and other decayed matter or wood, etc. That the spores develop into hyphae. And the hyphae, immediately they have the climate will provide or the soil will provide the nutrition and or other moisture like that to grow, and it develop into mycelium. And the mycelium that automatically go for the formation of pinhead. From that pinhead, there is a development of root will develop, and we can get the mushroom-like structure. That shape we will get that. So it will go for the process like spores, hyphae, mycelium, pinhead, and go for the mushroom. Then the main step we will focus on what are the key steps in mushroom production. So first of all, if you are going for the mushroom production, we have to ensure that we have a site, specific site for that mushroom cultivation. And the site is a very important thing that plays a very huge role in this mushroom cultivation, because if you are selecting the wrong site means it will affect automatically affect that mushroom cultivation. So that a site should be clean, and the site or the place should be clean, and they are to provide enough of temperature and the moisture and anything that required for that mushroom cultivation. And the second one is that we have to go for the spawn. Then we have to prepare the best spawn for that. If you are going for the oyster or button or milky, we have to adopt the best spawn from the market or any areas like a KVK or any university. We will get that spawns. And third one is the compost preparation or the substrate preparation. And the fourth one is the spawning, or otherwise we can say that cropping or the bagging. And last one is the harvesting. So if you are going for that, first step is the spawn preparation. So how to prepare the spawn for the mushroom? So if you are going for the whatever button, oyster, or any shiitake, any other mushroom, first we have to select the good grain. We can choose otherwise wheat or rice, anything, or any other grams we can use as a seed for the spawn preparation. Then that we have to soak in that seed or the whatever we will get that. Like if I am taking that rice seed, means we have to soak that seed in the water or in cool water for 20 to 30 minutes. And after that we are mixing. If you are taking 1 kg of grains of rice, means we are to putting 30 gram of chalk powder. And we have to leveling the pH up to 6 to 7. That is the pH we have to maintain for that spawn production. So we have to maintain that particular pH. If any variation in that pH, means we have to add any adjuvant or additive we have to add for that changing that pH. And after that we have to thorough mixing with this chalk powder with this grain. And after that we have to stock for 24 hours. We have to just leave and cover that spawn, and we have to leave for 24 hours. And after the 24 hours, we have to take 500 ml of any bottle, and we have to 500 ml or 1 liter, anything, which quantity you are requiring for that bottle. We have to take that bottle and we have to fill only the half. If I am taking the 500 ml bottle, means we have to take only we have to fill 250 gram of this grains, that prepared grain, into the bottle. So our master spawn is actually ready for that one. Then from that master spawn or the mother spawn, we can call as mother spawn, we can germinate or we can make other type of spawns. Means we can make a huge, how much kg you want, just to mix that with by using this master spawn or the mother spawn, and we can go for the how much quantity you want for the yield or for the sale. If you are going for the sale or for the marketing or for the selling for the market, we can use that one. And the mother spawn, after we preparing this one, because that spawn we can use, so that the mother spawn we are preparing, if we are going for that, we have to store for the long period of time. One thing you think that if you have the mother spawn we have, so just we have to go for the autoclave, because for the long, if you are going storing for the long period of time, just we have to clean that any microorganism, any pest, anything that is cover under the outer layer of the bottle, anything it will cover. So we have to clean all things by using autoclave, or we can use autoclave. We can use by 120 degree Celsius for 115 lbs pressure, or if we have there is no use what we say. If you are going for in home, if you are making in home, we can make like any steam is there, means we can keep in that steam and we can run for 10 to 20 minutes for that steam. And steam we can remove that all the microbes or the pests covering that outer layer. And we can transfer this after this autoclave or the steaming. We can transfer this bottle into any aesthetic condition. Aesthetic condition is we can transfer in any fridge. If you have fridge or any cool area, we can keep in that way. And we can use and maintain that temperature up to 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. We have to maintain the temperature, and we can use as a mother spoon for preparing the young offsprings or any other huge amount. If you are going to, if we are preparing, if I am taking 250 grams of mother spawn, we are preparing. In future, you have to know if you have the need for 1 kg or I want to for 50 kg, 100 kg, you just use the mother spoon and just mix with that grain or whatever you have, just mix with the grain and use for that quantity for the coming. So this is a diagrammatic view which is showing that how to prepare a mother spawn and also the offspring spawns for that mushroom. And if you are not having that much, if you are going for the commercial purpose, if you are not for the domestic purpose, if you are going for the commercial purpose, we can go for the tissue culture method to prepare the spawn, how to make the spawn. So we can go for just to go for the review. If you are taking the structure, means if you are taking one small portion of mushroom like oyster, button, anything you have available in your side, you take that one, cut into the vertical section, you cut a vertical part and take that spores that I already told you that one black or the brown color that that present in the gills. So take out that one and that just give a petri dish and keep in that spore, and we have to put potato texture agar, we have to put it that and just cover it with any other plate or upper side, and just keeping for the microwave on for 22 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes, and after that just to cool down for keep for the cooling purpose for 1 to 2 hours, and take as a mycelium that it will germinate automatically. If you are viewing in the microscope, we can see that there is a development of mycelium in that spore, in that black minute spores. So we can use that spores for the mother spawn production. So we can use for that one, and we can, as I told you earlier, we can use that mycelium for the huge amount for the coming. That is about the spawn production. So if you are going for the compost making or the substrate, because where we have to go for grow the mushrooms in our area, means if you have the good location, good site we have, so where we have to grow these all things in our place. So we have to make the compost or the platform for the growing of the mushroom. So we have the lot of method we have adopting for this compost making or the substrate making. We have steam pasteurization and hot water treatment or the chemical treatment we have. So if you have doing in the domestic or the in-house, we can go for the steam pasteurization. First we have to ensure that we have the dried leaves or we have the straw, dried straws, or wheat straw we have is there, means they take that, if you're taking 20 kg, just chop it into small, cut into small pieces, and approximately 2 to 3 centimeter if you're ensuring, means it will ideal for that length of the straws. So just to chop it, and if you're going for the steam pasteurization, just pasteurize the pasteurization room at 58 to 62 degrees Celsius for 4 hours, and we have to taken out that one, and we have to process with that in that field or any platform, is that ensure that compost or the straw, we after pasteurization we have to keep 1 feet from the ground level. Otherwise, there is a presence of moisture present in this. It won't remove completely from that one, from the compost or the straw we have going for the process. So that is about steam pasteurization. If you are going for the easy technique of one thing, we have the Mythree solution. We are doing that one. That is one is the hot water treatment with the sterilization process. Means first we have to take the wheat straw or the paddy straw, then we have to chop into 3 to 5 centimeter length, we have to chop it out, and we have to soak in that straws into the water. If we have the hot water also, that is also good. And if you have no hot water, we have to just add the calcium hydroxide, CaOH twice. That is, if you are taking 100 kg of wheat straw, means we have to add 70 to 60, means 70 to 80 or 60 to 70, that right. In ideal gram is 70 to 80 gram, we have to ideal for that 100 kg. Gram of calcium hydroxide we have to mix with that, and just keep for 6 to 7 hours. After that, we have to take out that straw that is digging in that water, and keep that floor up to 1 feet height, and just leave for 6 to 7 hours for the dry process. So after dry process, how we will check that moisture is, means that compost is dried or not. So just ensure that like our bathing towel, I will take that example, bathing towel, after our bathing and all doing that, it will maintain, the towel will maintain some of the moisture present in that. So like that, you have to ensure that, like that touch, we have to ensure in that compost also. If you are touching that straw, it will hold that much of water. So we can ensure that that is a 60%, like that we mean that is a 60% of moisture present in that. So in that is suitable for our compost making. So after ensuring this moisture content in the compost, just if you are going for that bagging, if you're going for the bagging process, if you're, that is different upon different mushrooms. So if you're going for the oyster, we are going for the layer bagging, because first layer, if you're making up of the 5 kg bags for one mushroom bag, means one mushroom bag, if you're ensuring that about 5 kg, first we have to fill the straw, then we have to go for the spawn, upside spawn, then again straw, again spawn, up to we have to ensure 5 kg. Then we have to tie that bag fully without entering the air into it, and fully tied, and with rubber band, any other steel material, we just wound it at that one, and make a holes in that. In alternatively, you make the holes in that bag by using sticks or any other material. So ensure that the sticks or the material which you are using for the making the holes in that bags, it should be contamination free, means it should not contain any microorganisms. So we have to first wash it cleanly with any Dettol, anything like material, and we have to use that one for the holding purpose. So this is the layout of, if you are going for the spawn production and with the compost and all making for a farm for a longer period of time, you can make this is a flow, the layout for a farm for a perfect, or this is the minimum of the perfect farm. So we can follow this one. So then after making the bags, the one of the main steps or the main focus, we have to go for the arrangement of the bags into that room. So if you are going for the oyster mushroom, we have three methods for hanging, arranging the bag. First one is the hanging the bag. Otherwise, second one is we can make the trays and we can keep that in that upside of the trays. And if you are going for the one of them is if you are going for the button cultivation or the milky cultivation, we can't adopt the bagging process like this. So we have to ensure we are to going for the casing. So what is the casing for? We have to do for the casing. So what is the casing we have to do for the button or milky? So if you are going for the casing of a button or milky, we have to ensure the percentage of the vermicompost or the farmyard manure and the sandy soil. If you are taking the sandy soil in the ratio of 1:1:1. That is the ratio of FIM, vermicompost, and the sandy soil. That is a casing of that casing we are putting up above that bag for the cultivation of button on the milky. So if those are having the illy area, we can adopt the ratio of 2:2:1. Means 2% means 2:2:1 of farmyard manure, vermicompost, and the sandy soil. So we can by that way we can improve the yield also. So from that I will add one of the tips for that those who are already engaged in that mushroom cultivation, or those who are going for the startup for the mushroom for the good yield. There is something we have to say name as a supplement that will increase the yield up to 3 to 4%. Or some of the time it will increase the yield up to 10 to 20% by adding the supplements. Supplements like we are using wheat bran or rice bran and soybean cake or cotton seed meal, we can use that one. So when we have to add these supplements means if you are taking for the soybean cake or cotton seed meal or a rice bran, we can add before the spawning of mushroom. Means before the spawning means after we will get that compost, we have to just mix with this wheat bran, rice bran, etc. Just mix with that one, and we have to go for the layer spawning or the button. If you are taking the oyster means we have to go for the layer spawning, or we can go if you are taking that button or milking means after all packing the bag of compost or straw, just to keep that rice bran or wheat bran or anything upon the surface, means above this wheat straw that we filled in that bag, and above that we have to keep. Then we have to keep that spawn again, and we have to keep that casing that we have to prepare that farmyard manure, vermicompost, and that mixture we have to keep in the above parts, and we have to store in that dark room. To ensure that for the oyster, we have to follow after this method, after this production of this bagging of this mushroom, we have to ensure the temperature and the light, all things for the better yield and the good quality of the mushroom. So we have to maintain the temperature up to 15 to 20 degrees in the room temperature, and of the humidity of 80 to 90%. And if any changes in the temperature means we have to ensure with any material, if a thermometer, anything is there available in room, we can ensure the temperature, and we have to go for the alternative method for maintaining this temperature. So if you don't have any measure for this one means we have to open, means if you have to maintain that temperature means once in a day we can open the door for fully for 1 hour, and you have to stay for that, because if any pest and insect will enter, it will affect that bag. So we have to ensure this just to give the ventilation for that one for 1 hour. Then after 1 hour, just close it. Then that opening and closing of door also provide the good ventilation, and it removes the carbon dioxide from the mushrooms. And we all know that the natural light, means natural light like sunlight, it won't be suitable for the growth of the mushroom. So we can go for the artificial light for the better growth of the mushrooms. So this is a flow chart of composting to spawn bag for the oyster mushroom. As I told you, cutting of the straws, and if we, in this case, they are providing the chemical sterilization. Means chemical method they are adopted by using, first we have to go for the Bavistin treatment, that is a fungicide. For that, after cutting, we have to go for the Bavistin treatment, and we have to soaking in the hot water. Then we have to keep in that floor and just spawning, then bagging. So if you are going for the oyster, I already told you oyster, for oyster mushroom, we are for the 15 to 20 degrees Celsius. And if you are taking for the milky, that is casing we are doing here, so we have to maintain the temperature of 25 to 30 degrees Celsius and the humidity of 70 to 80% and the light of 80 to 10 hours for 100 lux meters. And the CO2 is less than 800 ppm. So if you are going for the button, so we have to maintain the temperature of 16 to 18 degrees Celsius and the humidity of 90 to 95%, and the casing for the mutton 1:1:1. That is farmyard manure is to vermicompost is to that sandy soil. So in these are the process which we have to go for the mushroom cultivation. And if you are in market, there is a availability of PLEURO grow kit, means the mushroom grow kit we will available in the market. So we can use this also for, it will sustain of a lifespan of 15 to 20 days. It will available, means if you are buying this box, means it will contain all the compost, all things. That's just ready-made like structure. We have to take that bag and open the sides of the bag, like they will mention that one. Open the sides and just hanging in that rooms. So in this kit, one of the benefit is just we have to maintain the temperature and the ventilation and also the light for that growth. So we have the ready-made boxes available in the market. So the one of the main problem is we are to facing the disease and pest attack in the mushroom. So some of them are facing in starting up for starters, or they're going to start. They will face some of the diseases or the pest attack in the mushroom wilderness. So we can rectify these issues by adopting some of things. So first we can see that the green mold disease. So in the green mold disease, it is due to the we can't do the proper sterilization or the proper, we are not putting the same exact quantity of that. If you are using calcium hydroxide or anything, we are using that, in any chemical method, we are using Bavistin. We are not keeping the proper amount of that matter, which the component which we are adding for the enhancing the cultivation or the substrate. If you are the less amount we are adding, means it will face that green mold diseases. So for this, it will cause an organism like trichoderma. Trichoderma species which cause the green mold disease. So how to prevent this? So many of them are suggested that there is a green mold. So how we can rectify that? So first one, in initial stage, we are finding the green mold means we are taking any blade or any knife, just to sterilize with any candles, anything, just with heat it, and just to cut that portion using this knife or any blade, just cut it that portion and remove it and just cello tap cover it with the cello tap, then just make a hole. That is the initial stage we can control like that. If you are affecting the very heavily, it will affected means just to remove those who are affecting the heavily affected, but just remove from the room and to throw away, or we can use as a compost for the plants. Otherwise, if you are going for the 50% is affected and almost all are going well, we can use for the sterilization process of the equipment. Just sterilize that, just remove that all the compost present in that one, just heat it out, and then again rebagging again. Then next one is the mucor species. That is, some of them are found that mycelium is growing, but it is not about mycelium, but it is same as mycelium, but it will cover the different. It is easily identified by appearance of the black colors on the mycelium. So by reducing it, we are using we have to reduce the amount of compost making. Means if you are taking the 5 kg, just reduce that quantity of compost into 4 or 3.5 kg. We can reduce the size of the bag, and again we have to lower the temperature of the room by opening and closing of these doors, anything we have that one, and provide the air circulation, because this is mainly due to the there is no proper air circulation in that room, means it will cause this type of species will attack and cause this type of diseases. And another disease is neurospora species. That is also one of the main disease that will cause the mushroom. So this also we can control by sterilization of the bag log. We can take that out and steam it and rebag again. So one of the main thing is this straw. Then next one is the penicillium species. There is appearance of black spores, or the black spores callus like that structure appearance on the bag. So for maintaining this one, we have to incubate, means we have to maintain the room air circulation of the room and maintaining the cleanliness of the incubation center. So we have to clean that room regularly, and we have to just steam out these all bags and again. So if you are going for the insect pest attacks, we can see we are seeing so many of spiders, worms, termite will attack. So it is a type of fungus. So it is what we say. Mushrooms are, I already told you, mushrooms are the fungus. We are not like plants. We have to go for any sprays like a bioneem, anything. We are going for that one. We can't adopt that one. So if you have found any spiders or worms, we have the remedies for that one. So if you have seen any spider in that mushroom, we can use chalk powder, just spread on the first, clean the floor first one with the Dettol and all things, then spread the chalk powder uniformly on the floor and just keep for 10 to 12 hours, means 10 to 12 hours. Keep on the floor and close the door for 24 hours, and after that you will see, means the attack will be low and the total spider will be died due to this smell of this chalk powder. And if you are going for the snail, we can go for the extraction of Jatropha. That is the plant we have available in the that is a biodiesel plant available. Jatropha, that we have to extract the oil present in the Jatropha, and we have to go for the spray. So if you are finding any termites, any ants in that one, we can go for the extract of lemongrass. If you are going for the ideal measurement is, ideal dosage is 3 ml per 10 liter of water. Then we have to go for the gentle spray, shallow spray or the gentle spray, we have to go for that one. So we have the other type, potential mushroom also, the wood ear mushroom. So we have to maintain the temperature of 20 to 28 degrees Celsius. The process almost same as of oyster, and another is winter mushroom, that we have to maintain 10 to 14 degrees Celsius. And now the recent trend, I have to mention this one. The recent trend is we have the following of the Ganoderma species. In this scenario, we have to found that it has very strong immunization power or property, that being used in cancer, AIDS, heart disease, diabetics, or kidney failure. We are using this Ganoderma or Rishi mushroom. We can name as Rishi mushroom. So this is we can commonly available in the forest area. So in the latest research are going on this Rishi mushroom, and these are developed by tissue culture method. So we are taking the tissue culture, how we can take the part, as I told you during the spawn production, we are taking that mushroom parts of anything, and we have to cut that vertical, and they are making now the trend is going on the Ganoderma mushroom cultivation. So if you're going for the lifespan of the mushrooms, there is a decreasing the lifespan. First one the milky, then oyster, and the last one is the button. There is a lifespan of the mushroom because they have the high moisture content about 90%. Then after all cultivation, we have the main reason how we will sell that one, how we have to go for the market, anything. That is the main question mark. So if you are going for the market, anything, we have the, if you're going for the low domestic purpose, we can use for the domestic because it have the benefits that you have the medicinal and medicinal properties which increase our efficiency and immunity power, etc. If you are those who are concentrating on the commercial way, we can go for the drying of the mushrooms, or other we can go for the pickle making and cookies and the soap powder, soup powder, and ketchup and candy and peppers and the mushroom powders. So now the market we have the available mushroom powder because after drying of the mushroom in dehydration process, we are just crushing as a powder and we are weaving selling in the market. Because if you are taking the 1 tablespoon of this powder, our bone strength and our immunity power will increase. So there is a availability of mushroom powder in the market also. So that about the value added products we have to mention about the mushroom. So if you are going for the commercial way, we can go for the pickle making also, and even we can go for the jam making by the mushroom. By using the oyster mushroom, we can go for the jam making. So we have the marketing section of marketing section on door to door and farmers to big stores or hotels or farmers to local market or distributor to market. So we have the mushroom marketing like this way. Thank you so much for this one. Hello?
Yeah, yes, Praveen, thank you. So that was a really informative session. We will open up the questions for today. And we also have a couple of more agendas for today. One, we're going to look into the posters, and we're also going to look into the abstracts that we have received or that has been shortlisted for the subsequent discussions. And so before that, is there any questions? So you can use the chat box. If someone has a question, please do raise a hand or use the chat box. I can unmute you. Or what I will also do is I will probably unmute all for a couple of minutes if you have any questions. Okay, we have one question from Saloni, that is, how much does it cost to cultivation setup? How much it costs the cultivation setup? Praveen, you wanted to answer that?
So if that is a different, that is on the different two aspects. If you are going for the domestic or the commercial purpose, that we have to ensure first. So if you are going for the domestic purpose, it will almost cost around we have to go for the 2,000 to 2,500. We can make a good good structure for the mushroom. And if you are going for the commercial purpose, we have to spend up to 25 to 50,000 for that yield and all things.
So back to a question from Saloni. So see, if you're going to start small, if you're going to do it on your backyard, then you can do it at less than 5,000 rupees. But then if you're talking about having a higher setup, which what specifically called out was an autoclave, an autoclave by itself will cost you around 80,000 rupees, right? Or would actually roughly go around to that, anywhere greater than 10,000 rupees. So it depends upon what is the scale that you're working on. So there is no upper bound. If you're going for a commercial farm, probably we can say something from 5 lakhs or something of that sort. Yeah, very high end commercial farm. And if you're looking for something on a rural development or something of that sort, we're helping up people, helping up farmers for an additional source of revenue, then as Praveen said, 25,000 is a very good thing, because we have Mythree Solutions have done a lot of projects where we have done setups in less than 25,000 rupees, and they break even in the very first month. So that's the game actually out here. Okay, now the second question, for casing, can we use any other soil other than sandy? Praveen?
Yeah, yes, we can use if you have the select any other soil which we have present, red soil, anything we have available, black soil we have available, means we have to ensure that one. That is depend upon the soil. If you are using sandy, means we have to follow the casing of 1:1:1. If you are going for the red soil, we have to go for the 2:2:1. And if you are going for the black soil, we have to follow 2:1:1.
Okay. Then we have one more question, so that answers. See, one more question from Swapnil. Can this possible mushroom cultivation at home? What will be the cost and setup? So I think that is something which we just answered. But then if you're actually looking for a very small way, like the grow boxes which Praveen talked about, so they're the best. They're one of the best possible solutions that you have. So we also do custom grow box for kits, or we do custom kits like where you can grow 10 bags, 5 bags kit, and so on. So it can be done up at a domestic level too. You Did I answer Swapnil's question? Okay. So if there is any other questions, we can take. All right. If no question, which is the best mushroom to start with? So, which is the best mushroom to start with? Now, that's a tricky question too. Uh, I would go with my view, then I would ask Praveen to comment on it. I would rather go with oyster mushroom first because of the easiness of managing it and understanding what a mushroom cultivation is. And probably the most complex would be your button mushrooms. And then, of course, I'm not putting in medicinal mushrooms and all these things. I'm just looking into oyster, milky, and button as the order of complexity. Praveen, what is your comment?
Yes, the same. Oyster we have to test, because in oyster we have to get the problems, what are the problems, or what are the management we have to follow for that particular mushrooms. Then we can go adopt other mushrooms in coming years and all that.
Okay, so we have one more question from Rutuja. Can we buy spawn and cultivate mushroom at home in a closed room? I don't see any reason why you cannot do that. You can do that, but again, I'll leave it to Praveen to answer that.
Yeah, yes, we can do that. Buying spawn from any university or any KVK we can get from that, or any agriculture company, they will provide that spawns. We can take that one just to follow what are the instructions for that compost making, and the process we have to follow, each and every step we have to follow, and we have to concentrate on the how much quantity we are taking that one, and the preparing of bagging and all things. Then we have to maintain the room and maintain the temperature, ventilation, etc. for that one.
Okay. So the next question is we have from 1 minute. Who do we have? Okay, we have from Mr. Sunil. Can we grow cordyceps fungi? Did I pronounce it rightly? I'm not sure. Cordyceps fungi. Okay, you want to know if you can grow that, right? It is possible. I would say yes, it is possible. But then you have to be very familiar about what is the underlying behavior, underlying requirement of uh, the fungi. And the second thing is certain elements are not. Some of those are. Sometimes we have certain things which are not legally acceptable. So we would probably then need to find out if it is acceptable. Praveen, you have anything to add on this?
Yes, yes, same thing, sir, same only. But if the cordyceps, if you are going for the current trends in the market or any university, anything, we have to go for that one. We can found that that cordyceps are recently they are cultivating or initiating the production. They are gathering through the tissue culture method. Means more for focusing on the tissue culture method because the cordyceps methods are very sensitive. If any variation, slight variation, like comparing to oyster, button, or milky, we can manage the temperature light for the growth and a good yield. For the cordyceps, if any slight variation, if any fluctuation in the temperature, the pinhead formation will totally affect. So there is we can possible, but we have to maintain very much careful compared to other mushrooms.
Okay. We have two questions. We have one, can we produce medicinal mushrooms at home? And second is basically, can we prepare spawn at home? For the producing spawn at home, we would not recommend that because it requires a lot of high-end attention and depending upon a lot of those infrastructure. And for growing medicinal mushrooms at home, yes, possible, but again, just Praveen just answered, so it almost applies to that also. And how do we integrate mushroom production with IFS? Praveen, you wanted to take that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Means if we are going for the integrated farming system, we can go as a component is the mushroom cultivation because after all, if 20 to 35 days after this one, we will get the waste from with that compost because that compost or the substrate we are maintaining in that growing of the mushroom, we can use after this mushroom cultivation, we can use that straw or that for the cultivation of the vegetables or the fruit crops because that has the high rich of protein, vitamins and minerals that will increase the yield of the plant growth, and it will some of them are like iron and selenium and some of them elements that will resist the attack of some of the pests attack like leaf curl disease or the root borne diseases and soil borne diseases. They will attack them, so we can use as a compost material for as a manure. We can use as a manure for that plants.
Great, lovely. And for people who are part of our internship program, they are going to experience post-COVID. They would visit our farms which we manage, where you could see these integrated farms. Where we would see this integrated farm systems where mushrooms are part of it. We have a lot of other things like we have hen pens and things of that sort. So yes, it is very much possible. Let's go to the next question from Shirley. As mushrooms comes under kingdom fungi, are all the ones edible? If no, what are the poisonous ones? No, not all of them are edible, but to collect, if Praveen, do you have any idea which are the poisonous one back of your mind?
Yes, yes, because all the mushrooms are not that much edible. So if you are going for the forest area or anything, we have the species like Lycosep, and Agaricus. Means we have the Agaricus florida, that is the button or the milky, we can say. So some of the poisonous mushroom like Agaricus species we have that. So they have the appearance like bright colors with a white spot, or some of them have the brownish color, and some of them have yellowish color. Like that is the structure of the mushroom. So from that we have identified that they are the poison.
Okay, very good. Any more questions? How do we differentiate the edible and the poisonous mushrooms?
Okay, that is a very good question. That one, we have to prepare. So we have to differentiate by 3 to 4 characteristics we can by. First, I already told you in previous question also that color, that is now our this one what we say edible mushroom, they have the appearance of a light or pale colors, and for the poisonous mushroom we have the bright attractive colors. And if by that color we can identify, because some of this rain coming means the color will die. dumb or some clumsiness will come. So we can go for the silver treatment. Means if you are taking that, if we are taking for the edible mushroom, just heat it out with the silver spoon or any spoon which are available in aluminum spoon, anything we have. Just heat it with this mushroom with this one, that it will turn into the pale yellow color, means it is the edible mushroom. It will go for the dark yellow or the brownish color, means it is the poisonous mushroom. And other step is we have to go for the hot water treatment, means we have to keeping this cut the mushroom into vertically two sections and keep putting into the hot water, means the edible mushroom turn into the white or the brownish color, and the poisonous mushroom will turn into the reddish or the pinkish in color. By these three ways we have to find out it is edible or the poisonous.
Okay, thank you, Praveen. So just it reminds me of something like for people who have read Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. They talk about a mushroom which changes the size of Alice, and that is nothing but something which is inspired by the fly agaric mushroom. So they're very, very poisonous. How, despite of being so cute looking. All right. The next question is government subsidies available to set a farm? Yes, they are available. They're coming under the National Horticulture Mission and Horticulture Board. So you have to probably reach out to your local horticulture mission, and they would probably help you on what is the schemes that are available for setting up a mushroom farm in your location. We also do have a master class for people who are interested to cultivate on their own, where we would also be giving up hands-on videos and trainings of specifically on the three types of mushroom that are edible. So that's a 3-day program, and 3-day program in the sense of like 3 day into 2 hours each day, and we would run you through a complete setup of your unit, to how do you need to manage your spawn and things of that sort. So people who are interested, please do reach out to me, myself, or Praveen, and we would be happy to share those details. No problem. Thank you very much. So, there are any questions? There are no questions, and we'll go on to the abstract and the posters. Over to you, Praveen.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. So we have almost received 50 to 100 posters from the technical sections and also the non-technical sections, and from that we have only the 7 posters, and the posters are one from Waste to Wealth Through Mushroom Farming by Madhupriya, and the next one is the Mushroom Cultivation done by Shubham from Dayal Singh College, and the third one is PB Sabida by Effect of Organic and Inorganic Method of Sterilization on Growth and Yield of Oyster Mushrooms by the PB Sabida, and next one is V. Ajit Kumar, the minimal investment and maximal profit by the oyster mushroom cultivation. And the fifth one is by T. Bharat Kumar from Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, low invest, high income mushroom cultivation. And sixth one is the mushroom cultivation, a lucrative enterprise by K.R. Anusha from Punjab Agriculture University, Ludhiana. And the final that Mythree Solution, we made that the main problem which you have to rectify that mushroom cultivation, that impact of the pest disease management in mushroom measures that we done by the Mythree Solution, we done that one. And we have received so much of the abstract and research paper also. Some of them are from K.R. Anusha from Punjab Agriculture University, mushroom cultivation and a lucrative enterprise, and by the Shubham from Dayal Singh College, Colonel from Little Scope Mushroom Development Therapy, and by Sabida PB from Annamalai University, Topic is effect of organic and inorganic method of sterilization on growth and yield of oyster mushroom. And from Nupur Singh from Graphic Era, deemed to be University Dehradun, effect of grow light for the higher yield of oyster mushroom. And from our Mythree Solution, we have the case study of pest disease management in mushroom measures. And last but not the least, T. Bharat Kumar from Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, low investment, low invest, high revenue mushroom measures. Thank you. These posters we will publish in for the audience poll as we usually do for the previous webinar. Then we have a evaluated 90% mark from our judges and 10% from the audience poll. Then we will announce the winners of poster competition within two weeks. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Praveen. That was quite insightful. So thank you everyone for your time too. So we will share you those details very shortly. And we will also be sending you a feedback form as through email. Please do fill in your feedback form so that we will be able to issue certificate of participation for this webinar. And we'll also, in the coming days, we will share our upcoming topics through email. So once again, till we meet next time, thank you very much and have a very great week ahead. And for people who are interested for internships and master classes, please reach out to us and we will be happily able to help you out. Thank you. If there are any questions, we will be open for the next couple of minutes. If there are any questions, we'll take that. If not, we will catch up until we meet next time. Thank you.